Good afternoon, YPC. Welcome to the Week 11 wrap-up. First of all, I apologize for last week for not doing the wrap-up. I had a busy week, busy Tuesday, which is when I usually do it because it's my day off, but I had a bunch of shit going on, so I apologize. I want to do a quick wrap-up this week and then touch on the playoffs and some other issues. So we're going to start with the champion, as always. The champion played Rude, who is in the first place in the NFC right now at 8-3, tied with Jimmy, but has almost 100 more points, about 75 more points forced. So in that game, Uncle Ruben got the win, 127.9 to 106.9. Rude's, his triplets didn't produce. I mean, Trent Richardson got 20, but everybody else was kind of tens, and so. If Rude's gonna win, Ray Rice, Arian Foster, and Trent Richardson are all gonna get 25. Unfortunately, that didn't happen for Rude this week, and Uncle Ruben made it happen with Sam Bradford. And the big thing here, though, that's really shitty for Uncle Ruben is Gronkowski is out. McFadden's questionable. I mean, and Alex Smith is out. I mean, he's getting hit with the and Maurice Jones-Drew. I mean, his whole team is on the IR, so it's kind of rough for him. But Marcel Reese came off. That was a great waiver wire pickup, so nice win there. That puts Uncle Ruben at basically third place in the AFC, which I'll touch on a little bit later. The surprise here is that, for me, is that the Texans score 43 points and Arian Foster only gets 10.2. So, that's kind of deceiving when you see the box score of the points scored and then you see that. So it's kind of a bummer for Rude. But, Rude's doing okay. He's at 8-3, so not a big deal. But he needed to, if he had the win there, it would have been nice going into the final game being a game up. So we're going to go to Uncle Benj and little Ruben. Ruben, the first thing I want to say to you is nice waiver wire pickup with the Redskins, man. Going against Philly. I don't know, you had a hunch because of the quarterback there, but that was a nice pickup. That, to me, was the win right there, the 26 points. There's really nothing else to be said in this game. Uncle Benj, you got, Vernon Davis actually started lighting it up, and you had to fit Bennett because of the bye week. So that's kind of nice, Vernon Davis lighting it up, and Kaepernick, or whatever that cat's name is from 49ers, man, he looked like the real deal last night. He looked really good. The other thing I want to touch on is Uncle Benj. I'm sorry, you got 7 losses in a row, and I need you to win this week to beat Dennis, so Dennis doesn't even have a chance of getting into the playoffs and fighting for the 4th spot in our division. So let me know what you need me to send you in the mail. If you need me to make you anything, just let me know. And Danny Woodhead actually kicked your ass this week too. That was kind of shitty. I mean, you live by the sword, you die by the sword with the Pats. He did well for you last week, but not this week. So we'll move on to Sheep and me. The thing that helped me out there in that game, obviously, was Johnson decided he was going to show up this season and score 50 points. I wish I could roll some of those points over to next week. That would have been really nice. But, that's not going to happen. He had 56.3 points, which was a nice outing. This game, me and Sheep's game, was the biggest margin of difference as far as they're all tight games this week. This was the biggest margin of 48.4, which all of it was Andre Johnson. So I'm trying to see if there's any other notes I wanted to make here. Everybody else was, Bengals D was okay. Roddy White had a great game for Sheepy, and so did Freeman actually with 31. But unfortunately, Sheepy didn't get the win, knocked him to tie. Actually, Took's above Sheep now because of that loss. So not a big deal. I mean, those guys are, they have a lot of points for us, so they kind of have an edge out. Took's probably guaranteed to make the playoffs, win or lose, because of his points force, so that's good for him. And you're such a stellar fantasy football player, Took, with picking up Schaub off the bench. I hope you start him the rest of the season. That would be great for all of us. Congratulations on the win. With that, Took, we'll talk about you next, since I kind of hopped from mine Sheepy's game to your game. You did have Schaub off the bench, who went crazy, and still barely won by 10 points, almost 10 points. Nick, sorry, man, he's out. Nick's out of the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, there's some nice points put up by Nick, but unfortunately your OP and your tight end just didn't get it done for you, and that's where you kind of needed it. Everybody else was kind of going toe to toe. You had some great production from your running backs, but Took had great production from the quarterback. That was the big thing there. And you actually beat him with his defense. So you beat Took's Ravens D. So, anyways, Took, congratulations on the win. Puts him in first place in the AFC. Nick leaves you in fifth place in the NFC. We're going to go next to Busta and Highview. Highview got the win there, putting Busta out of the playoffs. The big score there for Dennis was 55.4 by Griffin. That was nice. And then Patriots D blew up with 33 points. It was a close game, a real close game there, unfortunately. B, you couldn't get the win there. I was hoping you'd get the win, but you didn't. You got a lot of bench points, but Steven Tallings would have been nice over Donald Brown, but that's a crapshoot. You got to kind of go with your gut on that one. And the last game is going to be Lions Den versus Jinx, 111.7 to 94.4. Jinx gets the gas face of the week with the lowest score. I thought it was going to be Benji, but it was actually by 0.3 that Jinx got it. Jimmy Graham had the top points for Jimmy at 14.9 and Lions Den with Brady at 37.6. Lions Den is going to be in the playoffs at either the fourth or that whole division could be open. So in the NFC, it's locked. Dirty Sanchez, Jinx, One Good Fella, and Lions Den are all going to be going to the playoffs. As far as seeding, we're up in the air. Back to this game. I'm jumping all over, but back to this game. Broncos D was a nice 22 points for Lions Den. And I think those two, Tom Brady and Lions Den, are kind of what made the edge here to beat Jinx out. So that's that. As far as the playoffs are concerned, this week we had voted earlier in the season to play 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 5 versus 6. We voted on it. It got approved. So that's what we're doing because usually the 12th week we play the person that we played in the first part of the season. We play them again in the end. I personally don't like that, so I changed it and I came up with this idea. If you guys want to do something different next year, we could do 1 versus 6. But to me, this is the most relevant. So we can take it from there and vote on it. The other thing that people have been, to me, it's kind of 50-50. I've been on both sides as far as being at the bottom of the pool, like Busta being 5-5 and Nick being 5-6. 5-6 and 5-6 that would normally get you in the playoffs in our division in the AFC, but it's not in the AFC. So if you guys want to vote, we can do all 12 people, no divisions, and just go straight across. Me personally, I've talked to other members, and they like this, but we can vote on it if you guys want to put it to vote. But I think we've already done it, and so I've been in both boats, and it sucks. When it sucks when you're in Busta and Nick's shoes. It's nice when you're in my shoes in the AFC this year. As far as a consolation tournament, we have the last 4 place teams that play for first, second, third, and fourth picks. If you guys want to do $20, that's fine. I'm not going to collect it. That could be, you guys can send it to the treasurer, who's going to be Took. So you guys can send it directly to him if you guys choose to. The 4 guys have to be unanimous. I mean, everybody has to be in on that. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. It'd be kind of cool to do that. And then I have some ideas for next year. This is going to be our last week, obviously. I may throw some things on the board during the playoffs. I want to kind of do some other payouts maybe and kind of split the money up. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Okay, because I'd like to make some chances of getting more money to other guys. The most points forced this season is probably going to go to Nick with 16-16. He's going to get, I believe he's getting his money back. So that's nice for Nick if he doesn't since he's not making the playoffs. And we also have the best regular season record at $200. So we could take $100 of that best regular season record and use it towards something else instead of doing $200. But it's nice because it's you get your money back plus another $100 to go buy something or do whatever. So, anyways, let me know on the boards if you guys want to change anything. But this week, it's going to be Rude versus Jimmy for first place in the NFC. Whoever wins that is winning out the division and winning best record and for $200. And Nick, it looks pretty much like you have it locked up unless you have a bad game and Busta goes crazy. Busta could get the $100 for most points for us in the season. And then once next week's over, we'll go ahead and I'll bracket everybody Tuesday morning so everybody knows who they're going to be playing. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions. And good luck. It's been a fun season. It's our last week. It's happened so quick, man. Thanks a lot, guys. And we got 3 games on Thursday. Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving. We got Cowboys and the Indians, Cowboys and Redskins, Jets and Patriots, and then Detroit and the Texans. All right, guys. Have a good Thanksgiving, and peace.